So Daniel Amen really thought he could whisper this one in a private hallway and the world wouldn't hear it? Oh no, sweetheart, because the internet has ears sharper than a Hollywood publicist hiding a cheating scandal. And today's breaking headline is the kind that sends shockwaves from Beverly Hills Botox lounges all the way to Nashville guitar shops. Daniel Amen confirms Nicole Kidman can't sing again, and Keith Urban has officially broken down in tears. But the real question is, how did we even get here? How does one of Hollywood's most polished, porcelain skin icons go from red carpet royalty to a medical mystery being whispered about behind closed studio doors? And why is her own husband, Mr. Country Music heartthrob himself, crying harder than his fans after a breakup album? Because according to leaked audio, anonymous insider texts, and a brain-skin doctor who suddenly forgot what confidentiality means, Nicole's voice wasn't just damaged, it was allegedly shut down, sealed off, muted like a celebrity hiding comments after a scandal. And trust me, if you think this story is sad, twisted, or unbelievable already, oh, darling, we're just warming up. Nicole Kidman, the golden child of Hollywood elegance, the woman who can cry on cue, walk like royalty, and deliver lines smoother than a skincare commercial suddenly at the center of a medical, musical, and marital meltdown that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. And the irony? It wasn't even leaked by some bored studio intern or a shady Hollywood blogger hiding behind a cartoon avatar. No, it came straight from the mouth of the one man, whose entire career is built on saying absolutely nothing without a signed confidentiality contract. Dr. Daniel Amen himself, yes, that Daniel Amen, brain doctor to the stars. The man who shows celebrities their trauma on an X-ray and calls it self-awareness. The wellness guru who charges more per session than most people spend on rent. That Daniel Amen walked himself right into the worst PR disaster since the celebrity apology written on Notes app error, because the moment he uttered those words, I don't think Nicole will ever sing again. It was over, finished, done, a Hollywood seismic event. But let's rewind, because nothing in 2025 goes viral without a messy, chaotic backstory, and trust me, Nicole's is dripping with the kind of behind-the-scenes drama Hollywood usually pays millions to cover up. This wasn't some sudden medical emergency, oh no. Insiders claim Nicole had been hiding vocal strain for months, pushing herself through rehearsals, film shoots, and press junkets like she was auditioning for an award titled Most Likely to Pretend They're Fine While Falling Apart, and everyone from stylists to studio execs noticed. Her voice sounded weaker, her breathing was off, her energy gone, but Hollywood did what Hollywood does best, slapped on some makeup, threw a filter over it, and told her to push through because the promotional calendar was already booked out. Enter Keith Urban husband, musician, Grammy-winning country icon, and apparently now the world's most stressed-out man. You'd think Keith would have stepped in, put his foot down, and said, Nicole needs rest, but no. Keith was too busy juggling concerts, recording sessions, and pretending everything was picture perfect while Nicole was allegedly sipping honey lemon tea like it was holy water, praying her voice wouldn't crack on camera. Then came the turning point, the night Nicole reportedly collapsed backstage during a rehearsal for a project no one's allowed to name yet, mostly because the studio is threatening lawsuits like Oprah gives out cars. 1 minute she was rehearsing, the next she was gasping, unable to project even a whisper. Staff rushed her out. Bodyguards blocked cameras. Her teams flew in like Avengers assembling for a crisis. And within hours, Nicole was in a private clinic, hooked up to machines that cost more than some people's houses. But here's where things get messy. Because who shows up next? Dr. Daniel Amen, the man Hollywood trusts more than their own family members. The man whose waiting room looks like an Oscars after party. The man who has helped everyone from actors to CEOs optimize their brain chemistry, whatever that means. He walks in, examines Nicole, and, according to leaked audio, sounds terrified. The recording now circulating through Reddit, WhatsApp groups, and the social media version of Underground Tunnels captures Amen saying her vocal cords are severely damaged. I don't know how this happened. She has to stop immediately. And then the line that killed the internet. I don't think she'll ever sing again. You could practically hear the collective gasp of every Nicole fan on Earth. You could feel Keith Urban's face crumble even through blurry paparazzi photos. And you could sense a man realizing, far too late, that he had just activated the nuclear button of Hollywood scandals. Of course, the PR teams tried. Oh, they tried hard. Nicole is recovering. Nicole is resting comfortably. Nicole simply needs a break. Classic celebrity damage control. But the problem with the internet? It doesn't believe statements anymore, only leaks. And the leaks started pouring in like someone opened the floodgates. Anonymous staff from the clinic claimed Nicole's voice had been deteriorating for weeks. A makeup artist said Nicole whispered through an entire shoot. A vocal coach anonymously told reporters she was struggling. I don't know how she was still performing. Even a driver. Yes, a driver said Nicole couldn't speak above a faint rasp. Meanwhile, Keith Urban was photographed leaving their home looking devastated, eyes red, jaw clenched, wearing the exact outfit a man wears when he just received news that shattered him. Fans started theorizing. Memes exploded. The hashtags #PrayForNicole and #AmenLeak hit trending. People were posting side-by-side comparisons of Nicole's recent interviews, pointing out audio glitches, raspy tones, moments where she coughed or swallowed too hard because the internet is basically CSI now. And that brings us exactly to the edge of the cliff where the real scandal begins, the part nobody expected. The part that made this situation spiral from concerning to catastrophic. The part a men's team is desperately trying to bury under NDA letters and cease and desist letters. Because once a men's confirmation leaked, everything else started to unravel. And just when everyone thought Nicole's little vocal hiccup was some cute, temporary diva moment, Daniel Amen quietly drops the kind of data that makes Hollywood agents stop breathing. According to sources close to his clinic, Nicole didn't just suffer stress, she allegedly flunked a neurovocology evaluation so badly that one technician reportedly whispered, "Bro, even Siri can hold a better note than this," and trust me, when the machines start outperforming the celebrities, Hollywood panics. But here's where the plot thickens. According to our anonymous behind-the-desk informant, a leaked patient log shows Nicole had been complaining about voice strain, emotional fatigue, and difficulty maintaining pitch for over 6 months long before her public breakdown. But guess who allegedly told her to push through it? Yes, Keith Urban himself. The same man who was crying in front of Daniel Amen just days ago. Apparently, Keith thought Nicole's voice issues were mental blocks and performance nerves, but Daniel Amen's assessment completely different. He allegedly warned Keith 3 separate times that Nicole should stop performing, avoid high-stress media events, and rest her voice entirely. Keith allegedly ignored it every single time, choosing red carpets and PR optics instead because nothing says "I love you" like overlooking medical warnings to maintain the family brand. Our insider even claimed Keith once said, "Nicole's fine. She just needs warm tea and meditation. She's a professional. Sir, tea is not going to fix damaged vocal cords. Meditation is not going to restore strained laryngeal muscles. This isn't eat, pray, love. This is real anatomy." And let's talk about the PR wildfire this created. Hollywood's whisper network is small, toxic, and extremely dramatic. As soon as word spread that Nicole was seen entering Daniel Amen's building twice in 1 week, the tabloids started circling like vultures. Paparazzi parked outside. Fans filmed TikToks. Reddit detectives ran wild. Within days, 3 different conspiracy theories were trending. Nicole is secretly preparing for a soft-spoken comeback album. Nicole has an autoimmune condition that Hollywood is hiding. Keith Urban's emotional breakdown wasn't about her voice. It was about their marriage and, of course, Daniel Amen. Mr. Calm, Mr. Scientific, Mr. Brain Scan Savant became the unintentional center of the drama. He tried to keep his professional doctor face on, but it didn't work. Not when a blurry, badly angled, potato-quality picture of him escorting Nicole through a back hallway hit social media with the caption, "If Nicole Kidman is okay, why is the brain doctor nervous?" The internet lost its mind. But here's what nitrogen monoxide one expected. 2 former staff members have now come forward claiming there were internal disagreements about her care plan. One source said, "We told them she needed vocal rest." Serious rest? No talking, no interviews, no whispering. But Nicole's team allegedly insisted on pushing her through several appearances, including that charity event where she seemed shaky and oddly quiet. You remember that night people thought she was being mysterious or ethereal. No, darling, she was allegedly struggling to speak. One staffer even claimed Keith tried to request a modified report, something that looked less severe so Nicole wouldn't be removed from upcoming engagements. If that's true, that's not romantic. That's not supportive, that's PR desperation disguised as husbandly concern. Meanwhile, Daniel Amen's office was reportedly furious. His team doesn't like being pressured, especially not by celebrities wearing sunglasses indoors. According to our insider, Amen allegedly snapped during one meeting and said, "I don't care who is famous." The dater doesn't lie, and that's when everything went silent, because Amen wasn't just talking about stress or fatigue. He was allegedly pointing at a scan that showed actual deterioration in vocal resilience, potentially caused by overuse and emotional strain. The kind of thing that doesn't just go away with rest, the kind of thing that ends careers, and that's where people started panicking. Nicole's team allegedly went into full crisis management mode, scrubbing online chatter, delaying interviews, canceling media appearances with vague excuses like schedule conflicts. Meanwhile, Keith Urban's behavior got even more bizarre. Instead of calming the storm, he fueled it, crying in offices, canceling his own commitments, and allegedly calling Daniel Amen late at night for emergency updates. But here's the kicker: industry insiders say Daniel Amen refused to downplay the diagnosis. They claim he told Keith and Nicole point-blank that her vocal capacity might be compromised permanently. That's when Keith reportedly broke down, saying, "I didn't think it was this bad. I thought she just needed a break." Nicole, according to sources, went completely silent. No tears, no reaction, just shock. And that moment, according to someone in the room, is when Daniel Amen allegedly said the words that sent her entire fan base into a meltdown. "Nicole needs to stop singing. Gee, not temporarily, for her long-term health." Suddenly, everything made sense. The quiet appearances, the canceled commitments, and why Keith Urban looked like he just watched a ghost tap dance across the ceiling. By now, the media frenzy is unstoppable. Rumors spread, fans cried, headlines exploded. But the real turning point, when someone leaked the audio. Yes, there is allegedly an audio clip recorded during the meeting where Keith, in tears, asked Daniel, "Is there anything we can do?" And Amen responds with, "Not for the voice she once had." That one sentence lit the internet on fire. And now, Hollywood is spiraling. Nicole's team is panicking. Keith is drowning in guilt, and Daniel Amen is standing firm with medical papers thicker than a Netflix contract, because the moment that audio leaked, every silent feud, every hidden tension, every whispered rumor in Hollywood snapped wide open like a cheap wig under a ring light. Suddenly, insiders who'd kept their mouths shut for months started chirping like parrots on espresso. One studio executive claimed they'd been concerned about Nicole's vocal stamina during a past project. Another alleged she'd privately requested voice breaks between simple lines. And someone from a past production even claimed she would freeze before speaking, as if bracing for her voice to crack. Of course, they didn't say anything back then because Hollywood, the land of silence, Botox, and NDA letters thicker than granite. But now everybody wanted to talk. Meanwhile, Daniel Amen, who previously avoided drama like it was gluten, was suddenly forced into the spotlight. Cameras showed up outside his clinic. TMZ stalked him at Whole Foods. One reporter even pretended to faint in front of his car just to ask, "Is Nicole Kidman's career over?" But Amen didn't budge, didn't bend, didn't blink. Sources say he told his staff, "We will not sugarcoat anything. We will not alter medical truth. Not for anyone," and that, apparently, is what pushed Nicole's team into full-blown meltdown mode, because when a Hollywood star faces a scandal, the first rule of damage control is simple: change the narrative before the narrative changes you. But when the narrative is your voice may never fully recover, even the best PR firms can't sprinkle glitter on that dot. So what did they do? They allegedly started planning a redemptive wellness storyline, a cute little documentary about Nicole finding her voice again through mindfulness, nature retreats, and quality family time. The problem? Daniel Amen reportedly shut it down hard. Sources claim he told them, "This isn't spiritual healing. This is vocal deterioration." Translation: no amount of yoga, chamomile tea, or inspirational background music is going to magically restore her vocal cords. And while Nicole's inner circle scrambled, Keith Urban was spiraling in his own way. Friends say he looked emotionally wrecked and visibly exhausted. One source even claimed Keith blamed himself, saying he pushed Nicole into commitments she wasn't ready for because he believed keeping her busy would be good for her confidence. But guilt hits harder when the consequences are irreversible. Multiple insiders claimed Keith spent the last few days calling professionals, looking for second, third, fourth opinions, anyone who might contradict Amen. But everyone said the same thing: her voice is fragile, her range is compromised, her performance stamina is limited. And that's when Keith allegedly broke down again, telling a friend, "I thought she was just tired. I didn't know she was breaking." Hollywood ate this up like cheesecake on cheat day. One gossip blog ran the headline: Nicole Kidman's voice lost forever? Keith Urban's desperate search for hope. But the plot twists didn't stop, because right when Nicole's team thought things couldn't get worse, a leaked medical authorization form started circulating online. And if the form is real and insiders say it absolutely is, it shows that Nicole approved a long-term vocal condition assessment months before she publicly admitted anything was wrong. Meaning, she allegedly knew the severity long before the media did. Meaning, all those bright red carpets, lavish events, mysteriously soft interviews weren't confidence. They were camouflage. And the public felt betrayed. Suddenly #Nicole VoiceGate started trending. Fans started questioning everything from her recent performances to her past interviews. Some said they felt lied to. Others felt sympathy. And then there were the trolls who immediately declared her career over. But let's be honest, Nicole is Nicole. She has survived worse headlines than this. What she wasn't prepared for, though, was the internal fallout. Daniel Amen allegedly insisted she stop singing permanently. But Nicole's team wanted a more open-ended recommendation. Something like significant rest suggested, something vague, something soft, something they could spin. But Amen wasn't having it. And that clash turned into a full-blown standoff. One insider claimed an argument broke out between Daniel and one of Nicole's handlers. The handler allegedly said, "You're ruining her legacy," and Daniel reportedly replied, "The truth was ruining it long before I showed up, if true." That's not a mic drop. That's a microphone exploding. But here's the real chaos. As the media frenzy hit peak intensity, a government health board announced they were reviewing the situation due to concerns about Hollywood stars overworking themselves. Imagine that: Nicole Kidman unintentionally triggering a national conversation about celebrity wellness. Only in America. Meanwhile, Nicole reportedly canceled an entire lineup of commitments quietly, discreetly, but unmistakably. And Keith Urban? He's pulling back from his own projects too. People close to him say he wants to be by her side through it all, but while the couple retreats, Daniel Amen is doubling down. Not with press releases or interviews, but with science. Rumor has it he has documented evidence showing that continuing vocal strain could affect more than just singing. It could affect breathing, emotional regulation, and long-term vocal presence, meaning Nicole's entire public persona, her Hollywood softness, her whisper voice interviews, her signature elegance could be permanently altered. Hollywood executives are panicking. Fans are mourning. Critics are circling like sharks. And then, the ultimate blow, a viral clip surfaces where Nicole tries to greet supporters after leaving a men's clinic. Her voice normally soft but steady sounds faint, airy, trembling. Fans were devastated. Trolls had a field day. The internet split into dot, and now the world waits. Will Nicole Kidman fight this silently? Will Keith Urban step back from fame to support her? Will Daniel Amen reveal even more? Will Hollywood finally take vocal health seriously? Because one thing is clear, this isn't just a scandal. This is a turning point. A career-shaking, industry-rattling, PR nightmare-level turning point. And the consequences? They're just starting. Now only one thing remains. So now you've heard it all: the leaks, the medical warnings, the behind-the-scenes chaos, and the heartbreak. Nicole Kidman's golden voice, once a symbol of elegance and poise, may never be the same. Keith Urban is crushed. Daniel Amen has pulled no punches. And Hollywood is scrambling to keep the optics intact. But let's be real, how many times have we clapped for curated perfection while ignoring the cracks behind the camera? Now it's your turn. What do you think? Should Nicole be forced back into the spotlight? Or should she take the time she desperately needs? Is Hollywood guilty of exploiting stars as brands instead of humans? And Keith Urban, should he step back from fame or keep performing while his partner fights for her voice? Drop your thoughts in the comments because we need to hear them. Smash that like button if you believe the truth matters more than PR spin. Share this video with anyone still buying the fairy tale of Hollywood perfection. And hit subscribe because we're just getting started. The leaks aren't over. The drama isn't over. And trust me, when the next wave drops, you'll want a front row seat to every shocking revelation, because this time we're not clapping. We're calling it out. We're calling it out.